Hi guys, welcome back. So the salmon has been curing for about 26 hours now. Lots of liquid. Don't be worried if yours looks like this. Now we're just gonna rinse off all of that lovely marinade. I'm just gonna run the water for a little bit just to make sure it's really cold because we're dealing with fish, protein. We just want to make sure that we're not running hot water over it. Look at that beautiful colour. We're just going to scrape off most of the marinade now into this Tupperware, and then just rinse off all of the salt, sugar and herbs. What we need to do now is just to make sure that we have all of the excess moisture off the salmon. So very carefully. Just going to dab off the extra moisture like this, and then it's ready to slice. So over here, when slicing fish, we want to make sure that we have a blade that's longer than the width that we're going to be slicing, and we also need to make sure that we have a sharp knife. We always need to make sure that our knives are sharp. We're not going to cut anything with a blunt knife. Or you may cut it, but you're not going to have very nice sharp lines. So now we're going to take the outside slice off. And then for our plate over here, we're going to put 5 or 6 nice slices like this. I just want to thank everyone for tagging me in their pictures yesterday. What a nice response I had from everyone about my first video upload. I'm looking forward to sharing more with you guys. Really positive feedback from you lot, so thanks a lot. One more slice. Now then, this is going to be ready for our garnishes. Now we're going to get our garnishes together. So we're going to start with our orange. This is the orange that we used yesterday for our curing mixture for the beets. So we're just now, just because we don't want to waste anything, we're going to use the center. So I'm going to show you guys how to supreme an orange. First of all, we're going to take off the top, take off the bottom. That just makes it nice and stable on the chopping board. And then we're going to follow the shape of the orange, following the pith, or the bitter white skin of the orange, following it around. Again, nice sharp thin blade, so we're not going to bruise the structure of the citrus. So all the way down. And then following the natural segment lines, you go down one side of the pith, down the other, and then we have a segment, or a supreme, or a fillet. Some people call it an orange fillet. So down one side, down the other, following the line. And then you have a lot of juice left here. Don't throw it away. We can keep that for vinaigrettes or marinades. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our segments and we're just going to cut them in half. Like this. So I'm using the orange for a garnish because we already have orange in the flavouring of the salmon that we're making. So I want to keep similar flavours running all the way through the dish. So that's our segments. Now we are going to make some pickled cucumber rolls. So I'm going to get my plate out. I'm going to put a little bit of vinegar. This is a white vinegar. Just going to put a little bit on the plate first. You'll see why after. I'm going to take a peeler, a speed peeler. I have Lebanese cucumbers. It's a really nice shape to use for our ribbons already. And with the peeler, you're just going to go straight down like this. We don't want the too watery center, so we're going to stop once we get before halfway through. Nice cucumber ribbons. The center of the cucumber we're going to keep. We're still going to use that. We're going to use that for salad. Now we're going to take our cucumbers. We're going to just put them on top of the vinegar. This vinegar solution, I've just let it down with a little bit of water, sugar, and a tiny bit of salt, so it's not too harsh. I'm going to take a little bit of salt just to season our cucumbers. This is going to help to make them a little bit more malleable so we can roll them afterwards. And in fact, we're going to take the orange, the center of the orange, and we're just going to squeeze some of the orange juice on top. Again, so keeping all of the flavors that we're using already, just incorporating them in a different way in the dish. Just rub them a little bit to make sure the citrus is all over. And then in this container here, I have some orange zest. I'm just going to sprinkle on down the center of the rolls. And then I also have some mint as well. The mint I've just sliced up. You can finely chop it, doesn't really matter. And we're going to let them sit now with the citrus and the vinegar on top, just for about 20 seconds while we go through everything else that we have for our garnish. So over here we have our very lightly pickled radish and shallot rings. Just going to drain that mixture off, put it on the paper towel so we don't have any water on our plate afterwards. We want to make sure that we get all of our garnishes ready before we start the final plate up. Over here we have some picked dill, some picked fennel fronds too from the fennel that we used in the cure, and I have some mint leaves, some small mint leaves. Gently put those. The reason I keep the herbs in water in the fridge is it helps crisp them up a little bit. So if you have some herbs in the fridge that are going a little old, you don't think you can use them, if you pick them, put them in water or put them in ice water, they can be rescued and you can use them. Also for the garnishes, we have some pistachio. I have here some sour cream that I mixed with grated horseradish just to taste. I don't have a specific recipe for you guys, I'm just showing you now today a little method of making a plate look nice. So we're going to remove this tray. So we have our garnishes over here, herbs and pickles. We have our orange segments, pistachio, horseradish sour cream. Give it a little shake. Don't need our equipment anymore. So let's start to plate. Just going to shake out the first bit of my sour cream. We're going to do some dots. Again, this was just to taste. So I started with the sour cream. I grated half a teaspoon of horseradish into that, with a little bit of salt, a little bit of lemon juice, tasted it. I like it quite hot with the horseradish, so I added some more grated horseradish. And it's just going by taste and how strong you like it and what flavors you like. So there we have our sour cream. Now we're going to put on some shallot rings. This, some of our radish, lightly pickled radish. I've just sliced these with a very fine knife. Very sharp knife, sorry, with a fine blade. Put some mint, a couple of little mint leaves. And then with the mint, we also have that same flavour running through our cucumber rolls. Take your time when plating, this is the fun part, you know? Enjoy it, enjoy the process. A little bit more actually, let's put another one here. we eat with our eyes first, so if it looks beautiful, it may taste beautiful too. Now I've got some pistachio. The pistachio is also for a little bit of texture. I like to have crunch, different textures, and so everything's not just soft. A nice crunchy toasted pistachio that I just ground up in a coffee grinder. We have some orange segments that we just did together. And then now for our cucumber rolls. So then we're just gonna roll them up like this. And then, like I mentioned before, inside these little rolls we have orange, a little bit of orange zest. We also have the supreme. We also put orange in the cure. We have mint. We have little mint leaves for garnish as well. So here we have our beet cured salmon. Again, I just want to thank everyone for the response to my first video yesterday. Keep on tagging me if you decide to join along. Enjoy it, enjoy the process. I look forward to sharing more videos with you guys through YouTube. And if there's anything you want to see, any ideas for cooking techniques or plating techniques, send me a message and I'll be pleased to get back to you. Enjoy. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks a lot.